There's more. Hang on to your seat, baby, cause this one's a screamer, a screamer.
What is going on, entertainers? So I'm coming to you guys with another recap of an interview. So before I get started, make sure you guys hit that like button, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Let me know what you guys think about this video. And you guys, I was gonna say another Zeus Town Hall, but this interview is the no jumper interview that Natalie did with Scotty. When I tell y'all, this was so funny. If you guys don't feel like taking the 2 hours out to watch the interview, stay tuned for this video because I'm telling y'all, I got the notes. Okay, I got the cliff notes. All right, so first of all, if you guys are not familiar, there's a guy named Sharp who is on that platform and he hosts most of their interviews and stuff like that. So Natalie is there with Scotty and they start talking about Baddie South and stuff like that. So they start getting into the show, of course. And then Gina, which is the other one of the hosts there too, was like, oh, Natalie, like, not gonna lie, I thought your chin was a lot bigger than what it is in person. Because as you guys know, like, Natalie's chin, I guess sometimes online they be photoshopping it and stuff like that. Cause Sharp was just like, yeah, like I ain't gonna lie, like you look good, bro. Like you look good, like you straight, Natalie, you straight. I looked online, I said, damn, like that girl kind of thick, and her chin kind of wide, like ooh. So he was kind of shocked that Natalie doesn't look that bad in person. Which Natalie's not an ugly girl, like she's never been an ugly girl to me. It's just some of pictures that they caught of her online haven't been the most flattering. And then the fact that he called her thick, she was like, yeah, I gained, sort of some weight and stuff during the Baddie South filming and also after Baddie South, and then Sharp was like, oh, you like to eat them pizzas, right? You be dipping in that ranch and in that sauce. You be doing all that, don't you? Right? So then Natalie's just like, no, like I really just like to eat the Wagyu steaks and lobster. I fell out. I said, Natalie, if you bring up that damn Wagyu steaks one more time, I know something. Okay? Like, we know you eat the Wagyu steaks, girl. Wagyu steaks. Hashtag Wagyu steaks. Okay? So then they start getting into like how baddies even came about. So she, of course, mentioned about the Blueface thing. She was saying all the girls basically started to call her to ask about what they're gonna do to bring BGC back since Blueface, kind of was taking their reins. You feel me? So she was just like, oh, so all these girls, like all these past bad girls, just started calling me like, we had people like Megan, Tanisha, like they just started calling me saying that like, what are we gonna do? Like, we're gonna do this bad girls thing or what? Like, I want a job. Y'all know how Natalie talk. She make it seem like she's the pimp dog of all the BGC girls, which, not gonna lie, she kind of is, to be honest. So is she kind of lying? So then she was saying she thought about the baddies thing from there, blase, blase, blase. Right? And then she basically started to talk about some of the girls that kind of was downing the baddies project and how they didn't believe in it at first. And Camila kind of comes up. Natalie says, oh, she's waiting to run into Camila in a grocery store one day. I said, Natalie, mark those words, because I'm telling you, one day you are gonna run into Camila, because both of them live in California. One day you are gonna run into each other at a Whole Foods, girl, and next thing you know, your chin is gonna end up in the deli section cut up with the rest of the meat. So be careful what you wish for, Natalie. And then she was saying how the previous girls, when she was doing the baddies project, that they didn't want to get in the field. Okay, so y'all know Natalie. She likes to talk in terminology of like the military. She's like, the previous bad girls, like they hit me up. They didn't want to get in the field. Like I told them, like, we got to do this. We got to confront each other. We got to like fight out our issues. And the girls just didn't want to get out there in the field. Like they just wanted to lay back, eat the Wagyu steaks with me. And they didn't want to get out in the field. And I'm like, this is why we think Chrisean is in the military, because you keep talking about the field and armor and weaponry and everything like that. So we think Chrisean is serving for military. So that's why. Okay, so then she would say she doesn't feel like she has to bow down to none of the girls, because Sharp was just like, I'm gonna lie to Natalie, like, you getting up there in age, like, you don't think it's time to, like, give it up, like, something, because it's like, you gotta, kind of pass it down to like a younger bad girl, like, because you kind of up there, Natalie. So Natalie compares herself to Nicki Minaj, and she does this throughout the whole interview. I said, Natalie, baddies and rap beef are two different things. I get where she was going, though. I'm not gonna lie, I get where she was going, because she was basically saying, why should I kind of like step down when I could still keep going? But the problem is, Natalie, you're getting up there in age, and it's not even that. You don't have to do everything you're doing to make the money that you are. You could literally sit back like Shawnee does on Basketball Wives, collect the checks, and don't stress yourself out. You're falling on stage, you're tripping over jackets. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you doing all that for nothing. So that's where Sharp was kind of saying, like, you need to like kind of pass the throne kind of down or whatever like that, right? So she was just like, it's like Nicki Minaj, like they want her to like bow down to like these young girls or whatever. They're recording phone calls, and the next thing you know, out in public, and when the cameras come on, they get disrespectful, and that's why I get disrespectful back. And I'm like, don't bring Nicki into this, okay? Because the barb's gonna get you, Natalie, okay? Natalie, all right, leave in the voice of Gutter, Natalie, leave. Leave the barbs alone. They have enough to deal with Nicki and her antics. So then she starts talking about how she wants to pass down the throne to like a baddie. And Chrisean gets brought up, right? Chrisean gets brought up, and she was like, oh, but she needs somebody who's like smart, who's like on their ish, who's business savvy, blase, blase, blase. They give Chrisean her flowers, saying she's a boss, blah, 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 right? And then also they start to talk about the reunion, right? So they allegedly, y'all, get into this. Carisha was supposed to host the reunion. I guess she had an episode of Carisha Please, or Diddy called her the day of the reunion and said that, hey, you can't do the reunion because I'm gonna fly you out next business day. So she didn't end up doing the reunion, but she was supposed to be doing the reunion, y'all. Ain't that crazy? If she did the reunion, it would have really made her look crazy, because you're a whole rap superstar. I get Nicki Minaj did the Real Housewives of Potomac, but that's Bravo. But you doing Zeus, girl, that's a little step down. Maybe Carisha really is quitting music, because that's kind of like wild. When I heard that, I was like, whoa, Carisha, Miss for a feature. Like, I was really, really shocked. And then you could tell the whole time. If you guys don't watch Sharp's interviews on No Jumper, he usually ends up getting into a screaming match with most of his guests, and starts to basically cuss them out. And you could tell he didn't want to go there with Natalie. So Natalie's just like, he was playing really nice in my opinion, because he could have really went there. But I think it's because he's not familiar with Natalie like that. He doesn't really know Natalie like that. But I feel like had he gone back before the interview and really did his research, I think he would have went in a little bit more. Like, no lie. So Natalie's the whole time, she's just like, calm down, because you know how Sharp, he likes to poke at you. So he's like, oh, calm, Natalie. Like, I'm really not even going there with you, Natalie. Like, just chill out. Just chill out. I'm calm, Natalie. This mid, okay? This mid. If you watch my interviews, I go crazy. Yeah. So he's like drinking and stuff. Natalie's like joking with him, but you could tell, I'm telling you, he wanted to go there. And then after that, and also Natalie points and mentions that she's going to cast 10 to 12 girls for the season. So we're going to be expecting a lot more girls for the Baddies West season than we had for the Baddies South season. So that's a good thing, because it's more drama, of course, and more funny moments. Ration this for us all. I'm happy though, because 9 girls I think was a little bit. Yet last season they should have casted like at least 11 or 10. And then they had to add Scotty towards the end. So I think they should have casted like 11 or 10. And then there was one point, right? Scotty had to use the bathroom. And this is what I mean, why people be thinking that Natalie be pimping out her friends and girls. Because the way Scotty had to use the bathroom, so she was just like, can you escort her to the bathroom? Like, yeah. Like, that's her daughter. Like, she treated her like her daughter. She like, go daughter, like, go use the bathroom. Like, it was just like, mind you, the whole time, Scotty barely says a lot towards the beginning of the interview. She really talks towards the end, but it was really Natalie's interview, and Scotty was just there in support as a My Little Pony backup, right? So she goes to use the bathroom and stuff like that, mind you, in the middle of the interview. And then Natalie brings up the fact that she still gets residual checks, which I really wanted her to break down how this works because none of the other BGC girls get this. She says she gets checks from Tubi, Hulu, all the royalty checks she gets from her BGC days. On any BGC show she appeared on, she says she gets royalty checks from them, which I'm just like, how did you manage to get that in your contract? And you low key flawed for that because you could have put some at least some of your other BGC sisters on. But then again, they don't really mess with Natalie, so I see why. And then they get into the whole executive producing thing with Rock and Blue. So they bring up Rock and Blue. Rock and Blue are some of the people that they talk about in this interview. So then she was just like, so you know, the show that's coming up, we have Chrisean and Blueface, which I'm the executive producer of. I'm the executive producer of. Every 2 seconds, I'm the executive producer. I'm like, okay, Natalie, we know, like, you're the executive producer, girl. Like, we get it. Like, stop repeating yourself. The whole interview, she kept saying that every time Rock and Blue got brought up, she just kept repeating that. And then she kind of turns the attention from her to them. She asks them, "Oh, what do they think about their relationship, Chrisean and Blueface?" And then Gina and them were just like, "Oh, like a lot of people, I feel like that's how their relationship is, but they don't want to put it out there because they don't want to get embarrassed." Buzz it, buzz it, buzz it. And then Sharp, you know, he was just like, "I'm not gonna lie, like Blueface, like that's my homeboy. You feel me? So I told him like that toxic stuff, like move from over there. But like that's my people. That's really my people. So I don't really want to go there, Natalie, but that's just how I feel. Yeah, that's how I feel. That's how I feel." So he didn't really want to like go in on Blueface, but I know if that wasn't somebody that was his friend, he would really, really go in on Blueface and Chrisean. And then she was just like, so like, you know, like Rock, I don't know. This is the first time I'm telling you guys this, but every time Rock goes to jail, she calls me first. I said, you know, that's a Natalie. You know, she calls Blueface first before anybody. Now you know that's cap. You know that's cap. Natalie be capping. I'm like, you really think she gonna be like Natalie? No, she gonna be like bleed when she's in jail. Come on, we all know this. But she says she doesn't pay like the bail money and stuff like that, but she's the first one that's called by Rock when she's in jail just to figure out what she's going to do and her next steps or whatever. And Sharp was just like, you know, Rock, like, she ever get disrespectful with you? And then Natalie's just like, yeah, she did and stuff like that, buzz it, buzz it. But it's like I wanted to like yoke her up like a child. So y'all know Sharp, he messy. He was like, so like, not gonna lie, if you get in a fight with her, like, who you think gonna win out of that? And then Natalie's just like, you know, I would give her, you know, the a whooping that she needs. Like her mama should have gave her, not her mama, but like a mama would give a child. And buzz it. Scotty looked at her like, girl, why you lying? She was like, what you doing here? Like, you know that's cap. That was so cap. Scotty was just looking at her like, you know you're gonna get your butt beat. So don't even say that. Even Gina noticed that. Gina was just like, yo, homegirl, Scotty don't seem too confident in you. Like, I don't know. I don't know about that. And then Natalie goes, yeah, and if she was getting one on me, you would jump in because you my girl. You know that pimp mentality it comes out of Natalie. It just comes out of Natalie. And then Scotty was just like, no, like if you guys really got into it like that, like I wouldn't jump in. Like that would just be between you guys. Like, nah, like I was like, good job, Scotty. That's a good idea, girl. That's a really good idea. And then they get into the whole rumors situation. So they start asking them, Gina starts asking her some real deal rumors. So the Dubai thing comes up. He asked her about the Dubai. So she's just like, oh, why is everybody always alleging that you do things in Dubai? Like what's going on in Dubai and stuff. She's just like, you know, like I host my lashes events in Dubai and like we just have fun and I fly my girls out. We do Mykonos and like lashes in Mykonos. And the whole time she was explaining it, like she invites out her baddest friends for these lash events and these Mykonos lash events that she sells lashes overseas. And Sharp the whole time was just looking. When I tell you, I almost fell out crying. Sharp was just like, oh, I see the angle you're going for. I see the angle you're going. I see what you be doing. I see your routine, Natalie. I see you. I see you, Natalie. The whole time, Sharp is just peeping her game. Because the way she was making it sound like, it sounded like it was some pimp HO activity. It did sound like that. The way she was making it seem, because she was just like, oh yeah, so like you fly these girls out, they're not even promoting your lashes, and you're in Dubai, making it seem like you flew yourself out to Dubai, and I'm the one who flew you out to Dubai. And I'm like, Natalie, oh my God. You're not making these rumors any better. So the whole time he was just poking at her, and then they asked about the Curtis thing. So she never really answered it. She never said, I'm not sleeping with him. And when she tried to answer it, this is what makes Sharp a goat at this. He peeped that when she was answering it, she didn't look him directly in the eye. She sort of looked at Gina and then looked at Scotty, but didn't look at him. So that he was just like, I see what you did. Like, you're not looking at me. Why you not looking at me? You looked at her, and then you looked at you widow out with your eyes over there, but you ain't look at me. Look at me. That showed me something weird. Like, he was just it was so funny. Because that is a sign of line when you can't look somebody in the face when they ask you a question. So that didn't sound too good either. And she was basically saying the reason she feels bad because Curtis is basically like a Zeus mascot, and like he's always there for the events to support and promote, and really didn't give a direct answer as to why he's around. So it's kind of like, we're gonna take that for what it is. And then towards the end, she asks like random names and stuff like that of people that she's had like interactions with, or people she didn't get along with. So with Sarah, she didn't like the whole funeral thing. She feels like the funeral thing was childish. Basically, some of the bad girls, I didn't even know the bad girls did this. They dressed in all black, took their phones, and was basically like, this is for Natalie's funeral, like trying to be funny and stuff like that. I didn't know the girls did that. I know the funeral thing happened, but I didn't know that they did that to that extent. And then also talked about Tanisha, saying that Tanisha wanted to come back for, I guess, Baddie South and stuff like that, and was basically like, oh, you're not bringing me back. Buzzy tried to chastise her and stuff like that. And she was saying she don't have no problem with Tanisha, but it is what it is with her. Winter, Natalie act like she never met Winter a day in her life. She was just like, I don't know who this girl is. I don't know why she has a problem with me. But at the end of the day, she keeps talking about me on live and doing all these social media things. And like, if she wants to come to Baddie's West, we have an open spot for her. So I said, perfect. I think Winter should be on Baddie's West because we get to see her and Natalie interact, even though I doubt she might do it, but we'll see. Because she did meet up with Lemmy. I saw that on my community page, but that's what needs to happen. It would make the most sense. She is from the West Coast, so it's like, girl, like, not doing anything else, hop on there. Plus, she just dropped the book, so it's like, that'll be the perfect time to promote your book. Mind you, Natalie said they're going to be filming in a few weeks, so it's kind of crazy how they're about to do this show before they do Bad Boys Houston. Which I'm like, I'd rather Bad Boys first because we haven't had Bad Boys on since the beginning of the year. So it's like, whatever. But it is what it is. So that was mostly what the interview consisted of. Everything I didn't really mention wasn't really that relevant. So I wish you would ask questions about Jacob because we never really hear about Jacob, to be honest. All right, entertainers, let me know what you guys think about this interview. Did you guys watch it? What did you guys think? And entertainers, we are out, babies. And oh, I almost forgot. Let me tell y'all. Scotty said that she didn't think she got slapped. She was like, oh, I didn't get slapped. I got mushed. You got slapped, Scotty, okay? It's because she slapped you into the north. So you lost that sort of, that sense of sense of feeling, okay? So like when she slapped you into the north, you didn't feel you got slapped because you usually in the south. You feel me? So it's like, that's why it confused you, Scotty, but you got slapped. She was just like, I didn't feel slapped. Like my mom slapped me before, so I know what a slap feels like. You got slapped, Scotty. Okay, it's okay. It's okay. All right. All right, entertainers. Let me know what you guys think, and we are out, babies.
No personal thing.